Happy Friday Eve, everybody. Woohoo! And happy holidays to you and your family. Boy, I know just not too long ago we had a Thanksgiving break, right? Hope you had a good feast at the table. You didn't overeat. I hope you didn't. But that's all right. We're going to finish this semester strong so we get ready for the holiday feast and the New Year celebration. So for our warm up, we're gonna get you guys a preview of Mentimeter. Okay, it's very similar to Kahoot, very similar, but just slightly different platform. So you know on Kahoot how you would go to Kahoot.it to put in the game code. Well, here for Mentimeter, you go to menti.com and type in this game code 2397010. Now, Mentimeter, Mr. Charles Ibalio, he's going to have a great segment of how you could use this for enrichment games, for presentations, for short responses. So here we have this opening. Name one way to work smarter and not harder. I know that you can think of more than one way. Name one way to work smarter and not harder. Okay. The code, yes, the code is 23. It's right at the top of the screen, kind of at the very top. It's 2397010. Okay. All right. So I'm going to give you about 2 minutes, 2 minutes to type in your response. Okay. And then I'm going to have Charles Ibalio to share with us the responses. Okay.
Would you like me to show a live update of the responses right now, or should we wait
Please,
until?
yes. Yeah,
Okay,
come on,
guys.
let's do that. Let's do that.
All right.
Thank you, Charles.
So if it's all right with you guys, I'm going to show your answers. They are anonymous, unless you put your name on it.
All
so we got a good group of words so far.
Everyone mute themselves. You'll have to unmute yourself.
All right, there we go.
Sorry, I muted everyone just so everybody would just mute themselves so we don't get that background noise unless you're talking, then unmute yourself.
Don't we feel like we're students in our own classrooms?
That's
yes,
right.
yes, yes. Thank you very much.
Sure.
So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, ways we could work smarter, not harder on the job, revise, build relationships, break it up, right? Time management. Okay, did someone say use a timer? Uh-oh, use a calculator for those math teachers. You know, we do that. Relax, stay organized. Oh, the big key word, collaborate. You want to make sure you're not feeling like you're on the island. Okay, you want to work together. All right, because teamwork makes the dream work. Okay, so there's no I in team. Okay, this is awesome. This is awesome. Ways to work smarter and not harder. Things to benefit your mental health, your physical well-being on the job. This is awesome. So Charles Ibalio, he's going to lead you into Mentimeter, but you just got a preview of what's to come. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Okay, well, I'm going to share my screen with you to kick off this wellness professional development. Okay. I'll share my screen. Here we go. So I am Dion Lucas, and we have Angelica Davis right in the middle, right there. She's going to be sharing about problematic. And then Charles Ibalio, oh, we're so glad to have him. He's our student teacher here, and he's doing a great job. So just to kick things off, talk about ways to work smarter, not harder. So again, I'm Dion Lucas. And so I've been teaching math and been a wellness coach for over 15 years. I'm so happy to be a part of Proximity. So we're going to discuss some wellness tips and some content planning, okay? All right, so we're definitely going to have time for breakout sessions. So therefore, I'm going to stay within the 15 minutes or less, okay? All right. So let's talk the 5 dangerous effects of stress. You probably experienced it. maybe more than once in your lifetime, these headaches, right? They come and go, maybe once a week or once every other week, or maybe a couple times a month. So sometimes when we're going throughout our day, our teaching schedule, and we find that, my gosh, we have skipped a meal or we weren't hydrated enough, we didn't drink enough water, those headaches will creep in, right? Because that could be a sign you just stressed out with work. And then let's talk. If you overly stress, it could lead to depression. All right. And so we're living in a new norm, right? This pandemic has caused us all not to be with our loved ones that we normally in close contact with, for family reunions. So you may be depressed that you're not having that quality time with your family and friends. Or maybe you're depressed, maybe the students are not a good, like turning in their work on time, and many students are not passing their classes. You've got to work overtime to make sure they finish strong this semester, right? Or maybe it's the holidays and my goodness, money is tight and I'm trying to get some extra income and all these sub jobs are going quickly. I can't grab them soon enough, right? So some things that our stress can trigger any seasonal depression. Okay. So I want to make sure that you don't have to suffer in silence. We could collaborate. Of course, definitely seek medical advice from your counselors and get that support system going. But let you know we're here for you. Hey, sometimes you may be grieving over a loss of a loved one. It happens. Okay. Just had a person just lost his mom not too long ago. And it's hard. It's hard. You can't, you're not thinking about work. You're thinking about family and planning for a funeral, right? So sometimes we have time to grieve and be able to come back and be productive on work whenever you're ready. Now, with the weight and metabolism, okay, so we're working from home, right? So we could cook our own foods, eat, I mean, and then have luxurious meals throughout the day. But sometimes when you're stressed out, you may be so busy with the day that you may skip a meal, or you may tend to overeat with emotional eating or so. So be mindful of that. Blood pressures can spike up. Sometimes, if you're working from home, you got kids in the background, you got students to take care of, you have your spouse to deal with. I mean, yeah, the blood pressure can fluctuate, right? And then let's talk about hair loss. Okay, I know it could be hereditary where people in your family lose their hair. So I already got my wig picked out. I tease my relatives, hey, I'm already ready when it comes time that I can't go to the salon, I can't get my hair done. That I got, my extension, my wigs in place. Or for fellas, you may have a toupee if you need to. But people are rocking the ball look, the fellas are. Yeah, that's the end thing, but knowing that stress could trigger hair loss. All right. So let's talk about ways that we can reduce stress at school. So, one that was also mentioned, plan ahead. So, we're planning to close out the semester strong. We're planning for the new year. So, sometimes when you're planning, maybe create a calendar. Now, I know in Canvas, we are assigned to make sure we have our weekly lesson plans turned in and submitted on time before 5 o'clock on Thursdays, right? Right. But here's the thing, creating a calendar, it kind of shows the deadlines that matches up with that school district to know that students, hey, you got progress reports, you got an early release, you got report cards, you got deadlines to meet. And so that we can line up how we're going to pace out our unit tests to make sure that we are meeting those deadlines based on our school districts, right? So something to consider, possibly adding a calendar to your Canvas just to list the objectives you're going to cover for the week. And then as well, we always have our detailed lesson plans already there. But it's just a quick look, and I'll show you an example of a calendar. It's just a quick look for your facilitators, the students, the parents, and the administrators can know what are you covering from week to week. And if you have any student teachers, They could easily plan their teaching schedule around your calendar to meet the needs of your students. And then if you ever have an emergency sub, they could easily go in like, oh, I see you covering this objective. Bam, we could cover this. We could do a review game and we could cover you in case of emergency if you got the calendar up for a month, okay? A monthly calendar. Ask for help. And I think sometimes a lot of people may not want to ask help from an administrator because I mean they have office hours throughout the week, right? But some people think I don't want to talk to my VP because they're going to evaluate me, right? So maybe a content buddy or someone in the proximity family that you can relate to, like, hey, can you help me out in this area? But always the VPs, they're wonderful. They walk the walk. They were teachers before. Many of them has gone on to do professional development and great things. And so they've been in our shoes before. Okay. So definitely ask for that help, either from your VP or from a content buddy. And then let's balance our work and home life. All right. Okay. So I'm going to show you the sample of an upcoming calendar. So for January, here's a sample. You could put this either in Canvas, just a sample, a little template. So we have Happy New Year. We're going to start off the semester talking about circles in my geometry class, just circles. But then the students know their report cards come out on January 12th. They should not be surprised if they did not pass that class. They should not. As much of the emails and the contacts we have made throughout the quarter, the 9 weeks, you're aware of your grade. But sometimes the counselors and the administrators will say, hey, this student has requested a grade change, that over the winter break, they decide to do a lot more work. So sometimes you may have those grade changes after the report cards are made. But then knowing that we have another day off to celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. Day, hey, but just gives you an idea. I have classes Monday, Wednesdays for one set of geometry students. And then I don't reinvent this calendar. I say, okay, my Tuesday, Thursday geometry class, you have the same thing, but realize Monday, Wednesday is the same as your Tuesday, Thursday, just to give them an idea of what we're going to cover for that month. Sometimes teachers may want to plan out for the 9 weeks just to have an outline and some objectives they're going to cover for that week. Whatever's comfortable for you. We submit weekly lesson plans. So maybe try a monthly calendar just to pinpoint the objectives you want to cover. All right? Okay. But definitely, if you have any questions or concerns about anything, you could type it in the chat or you could type it in directly to me. And we definitely make sure we answer those questions also in breakout sessions at the end. Okay. All right. So let's have some fun. Let's talk about 10 fast ways to reduce stress. Okay, number 1, laugh out loud. Let's pop in a comedy. Okay, find that chat feature. I would like to know from you in chat, what are some funny movies or funny films or TV shows you like to watch to help you, ease your stress throughout the week? What are some funny things? Type in the chat real quick. What things make you laugh out loud? Okay. Funny animal videos, The Good Place. Oh, yeah. A lot of people love The Good Place. Let me check that out. Jingle Jangle. Okay. Parks and Rec. Mine is Big Bang. Okay. Sheldon, I know it's all reruns, but Sheldon cracks me up. Okay. But definitely carve in your me time. Pop in that comedy. Okay. Everybody Hates Chris. Oh, and my husband, you're funny. The 70s Show, definitely. Okay, now all my pet lovers out there, number 2. Okay, so next thing that we have to reduce stress, pet your dog. If you don't have a dog, maybe a cat. But many people actually have service dogs to reduce that anxiety and depression. And so all my dog lovers out there, just wave your hand. I'm gonna scroll down. Have your video cam on. Then let me see. Wave your hand. Any dog lovers? There you are. Any cat lovers? Okay, and some people say you have a bunny, but that's good. But definitely, having a pet can reduce stress. Okay. All right, let's go to the next one. Clean the clutter. So we're talking about we're working from home, so keep it organized. That was the ways to work smarter, not harder. Organize your space, your working space. Now, I know we're in winter, so mowing the yard, depending on where you are. I know it's 65 degrees here in Huntsville, Alabama, where I'm from. So yes, I just did some yard work. But if you got snow on the ground, definitely do what you need to do to remove the snow, get that fresh air, you be ready to go. Okay. You're in the desert in El Paso, Mary. Okay. All right. Well, you get your tan on during the day. That's good. Okay. Now, number 5, make sure you drink some orange juice, getting some fruits and vegetables. Now, here's the thing, I don't care if you're a vegan, a vegetarian, or a carnivore, watch your portions, but make sure you get those key nutrients, fruits and vegetables. Drink some orange juice in your diet. Okay. But get some other fruits and vegetables if you're allergic to vitamin C. That's all right. And then number 6, sing a song. I don't care how out of tune you are. Have a little theme music. Okay, I'm gonna do a little poll feature right now. I'm gonna launch a poll. I like to know what type of music you like to sing along to that gets you going in the morning. Okay, this poll is gonna be up for about 30 seconds. You got 20 more seconds, real quick. Okay, what type of music do you like to sing along to the most? Okay, you got 10 more seconds. Oh, it's getting close. It's getting close. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're ending the poll. Okay, I'm gonna share the results. So as you can see, me and you guys love listening to inspirational music when you wake up in the morning or throughout the day. Me too. I love listening to just grateful. I'm just attitude of gratitude. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm thankful to work at home, use my own bathroom, eat my own food. Just attitude of gratitude, right? But I see, okay, rock is in second place. R&B music, rhythm and blues. Okay. And then we have a tie for hip hop and country music. That's all right. But make sure that you or guys have that theme music to get you going throughout the day. Okay. And it will help. It'll help you in your concentration in the classes. Okay. And the kids love it. Kids love when you put music in the classroom. All right. We're almost done. 7, take a walk, get your extra steps throughout the day. Number 8, chew some gum. Now, don't chew gum and sing. Don't choke on that gum while you're trying to sing. Don't do that. Don't do that. But chewing gum can reduce stress, anxiety. But try not to chew in front of the students. Chew your gum in between classes. All right. We don't want you choking on the sing. And then the last 2, spend some quality time with family and friends, either virtually on this platform. If you're doing a Zoom party, do your Zoom party with family and friends on your personal account. Don't use PLI account. Don't use that, okay? But definitely, you can use FaceTime on your iPhones or Skype, but connect with people. Now, proximity should be an extension of your family, okay? Our prox fam, okay? So definitely connecting with friends, either close by or in the proximity family. Hey, we're here to help. Okay, lastly, breathe in, breathe out. One more time, breathe in, breathe out. Oh, that deep breathing just calm your entire body. Okay, so we just gave you 10 wellness tips to make sure that you're able to reduce that stress and make sure that you stick to some content planning, start planning ahead, put that calendar in. So the next segment that we have Miss Angelica Davis. She's going to talk about problematic. So a great way to reduce stress is this problematic is like a test bank, help you creating those assignments with ease, right? With ease to reduce that stress at work. And then lastly, we have Mr. Charles Ibalio. He's going to discuss Mentimeter. He used that a lot in his classroom teaching. And so you had a preview of that. And so without further ado, I give you Miss Angelica Davis.
Thank you, Dion. Hello, everybody. I am Angelica Davis. I know a lot of you all probably don't recognize me, but this is my first year working with Proximity Learning. I'm actually a part-time employee, and I tutor weekly every night with Miss Dion and Mr. Charles, and it's just been an amazing experience. All three of us love math, and I've been teaching math for 7 years, and I'm grateful to be working with this awesome virtual program. So in my experiences in teaching, I was introduced to this resource called Problematic. So this was definitely a resource that I use very frequently for me to be able to work smarter and not harder. It's free for classroom teachers. Hopefully you all were able to explore the resource a little bit. It's problem-attic.com. That is the website. So it's a great system. It's made to work with all of your other classroom technology. And since we at Proximity rely so heavily on Canvas, that's my number one reason why I use Problematic. It's you're able to create quizzes and just export them into your Canvas course. And so that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. So Problematic is a database. It has more than 200,000 questions free for teachers. And I'll just say most of the questions are mathematics. So by all my math teachers, you will be given a resource today that you feel like you can use. So the main thing you have to do is go to the question bank, and you have to scroll, but it's standard based. So you are able to scroll through the bank, find the standard you're teaching, and you're able to see questions that you can select from the bank and add it to your document. So this is like a screenshot of what the banks look like. So if you can see here, the questions all come from state assessments, New York Regents. You have your Common Core state standards, SOL standards, just, high school, college, all of it's right here. So most of the time I use Common Core. That's where I like to go. So what you do, and this is where I'm going to model now. So I'm going to exit out of the full screen here, and I'll have Problematic pulled up right here. So first you want to go to create, and then you can name your document. I'm just going to name it test, since this will be a test document. And so since I'm a teacher of mathematics, I like using the Common Core state standards. So I am going to, I'm sorry, that doesn't come with the free feature. So I'm going to now just click on mathematics here. And so see here, you have your subjects: Algebra 1, Geometry, Algebra 2, you got some trig, multi-step problems, and just go through. So if I'm teaching algebraic expressions, let's look here at evaluating expressions. So I am able to go through all of the question banks and select questions that I like from the banks. And we want to work smarter, not harder. I like using the multiple choice questions because when you export them into Canvas, it will automatically grade it for you. I'm going to show you that. So I'm going to select this question here and add it. Just going to pull some. So now I can exit out of this bank. Let's say I'm given a quiz, so I'm testing them on evaluating expressions, simplifying expressions. Can add some of these in there. So here's some combining like terms. Distributed property. I'm just going through and creating an assignment. So I have 8 questions. Let's do 10. Now I'll do some multiplying and dividing monomials. Okay, so as you can see, I've pulled and selected the 10 questions that I want for my quiz for my students. So if I go to arrange and click on list, I can then see all of the 10 questions in order. I most of the time just double check the answer key, and I can scramble the questions. You can add a new part or remove a part. You can, it's multiple features here. Add some directions in. So now when I go to format, if I wanted this assignment to be a PDF, I could, change the format and the font and such. But I think to work smarter, not harder, you all want to see how I can export this assignment to Canvas. So since you will have a free account for Problematic, you have to use the play area to be able to export the assignments. So if I click on play area, this is actually where you're going to pull the assignments from here. So actually, you would just do those same steps I already showed you. You would select the questions here. So I'm going to just select 2 or 3 so you can see how this will export over into Canvas. So now I have my questions, and I'm going to now select export.
I have a question real quick.
Yes.
Okay, so you went in 2 ways. One, if you're a subscriber, and one, if you're not. Do they still have this
Yes.
all the same options and lists and problems
Good
in
question.
the play area?
It's not as many in the play area. So I was looking, since I actually do have an account that is not free, I was looking at the play area and I see that here are the actual banks that you have access to for free. So it looks like it's about 5 here. And you have elementary, middle, and high, you have math, you have science, and you have social studies. So to actually export, you're right, you will go to the play area, and this is where you would select your questions. So now if I go to export, and I want to download this file as a QTI zip file, I'm going to select Canvas QTI zip. I'm going to download it. So from here, I would rename the document so you'll be able to access it easily in the future. So if I go to my Canvas course, I'm going to go to settings now that I've downloaded the document. I'm going to now select import course content. And now I'm going to select QTI zip file. And I'm going to choose that file. And you can then create a question bank. And I always do this option because let's say I want to re-loop content throughout the semester. I can always then go to quizzes in Canvas and pull from multiple banks that I've created to do cumulative assessments and assess my students. So I'm going to name this bank Algebraic Expressions. And select import. So it'll take about a minute or so to import into your course. So now when you go to quizzes, you will find the assignment. Second. Completed, okay. Sorry, guys, 1 second. Oh, I'm sorry. Since it's titled Feature Evaluation in Problematic, sorry, I had a moment. Here's the quiz here. And so now you can preview it. And as you can see, you now have an online quiz that you can administer to your students, and it is just ready to go. So you can then edit or publish if you need to. So, put in a certain category. If you want the answers to be shuffled, if you want the students to have a time limit, allow multiple attempts. If you want the correct answer shown, all of the features here, you will go through and just be ready to publish the assignment. Someone have a question in the chat? Okay, great. So that is problematic. I use it daily for virtual learning, just for like exit tickets, quick checks, and it has really helped me work smarter and not harder. Does anyone have any questions at this time? Do I need to go back over something? Yes, it
Hi,
is. It is
Angelica.
K-12. Hi.
So thanks for sharing this resource. I will check it later, but I just wanted to know, does it include the problems and questions mainly on math and science, or also on the languages?
Let's see here. So it's mostly math and sciences, but I believe there are a few ELA question in the play area. I did not explore each bank to fully answer your question, but if you go through the play area, you should be able to see some in there.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So I have a slideshow here with all of the steps that I just went through that you all will have access to at the end of this PD. And just remember that problematic will make your work look its best. So now I'm going to turn it over to Charles.
All right. All right. Thank you, Angelica.
Excuse me, do we access that through proximity, or just in general, we just access it?
Actually, the PowerPoint of this presentation will be available for you at the end of this session, I believe by tomorrow.
The problematic, do we go straight to the website, or do we go through proximity to get to problematic?
Oh, you can go straight to problematic.com.
And the canvas will be right there for the export.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
Here we go, Charles.
All right, guys. I've shared my screen. So hello everyone, my name is Charles. I am new also. I am Dion's mentee. She's my mentor, and we've been teaching geometry for the past semester. Anyway, today I want to help you guys work smarter and not harder by sharing with you an online web application. It's currently has no affiliation with Proximity. It's something external. And I've used it in my lessons, not just in math, but also when I taught English classes in the past year. And to summarize, it's more like Kahoot, but if Kahoot had more functions. All right, so here are the tools you'll have. And my goal for my segment is to be efficient with time and information. So if I finish in 10 minutes and you guys get everything you need, that'll be great too. So the tools you'll have by using this application are, first, you'll have the basic PowerPoint content style slides. So the functionality of PowerPoint. You'll also have collaborative polling and question items in different forms, which we will take a look at in depth a little bit later. And then you'll also have the same functionality of Kahoot in terms of Kahoot style competitions with quiz item questions. And then lastly, this is sort of a soft data gathering tool. It's not as in depth as Canvas, but it's a great way for you to get feedback from your students or to present feedback to students. So in this way, it's a little bit of a small powerhouse that'll get you some functions done. And so for this overview, I'm going to go over first the content and the functionality of the application. Then I'm going to go over an informal demo. And then I'll cover some differences between the free version and the paid version. And again, I'm not affiliated with it. I'm just a messenger. And then if there's time, we'll go over Q&A. So in terms of content, you guys previewed it at the beginning of this PD session if you were here. For teachers, you will use mentimeter.com. That's sort of your, that's where you create your tools. It's behind the scenes, it's backstage. What is actually shown to the audience or your students is on menti.com, which some of you use at the beginning of class. All right, so it's important to know there's two different websites you need to know with this platform, similar to Kahoot. And like I said before, it'll show you some basic PowerPoint functions. Here's an example from a previous geometry class I had. It's a title page. So you can make content slides that include headings, have a focus of a paragraph, bullet points, images, videos, and then there's some fun ones too, which I haven't used all of them, like big lettering, quotes, and just numbers. And then another function I use is polling, or having different question types. And here are some examples I used from a geometry class previously. So you can use multiple choice questions. You can build a word cloud, which is what we had at the beginning. And yes, thank you for your feedback. The word cloud isn't as powerful as open-ended question. And we can only use one of each. So we had to say, I saved the open-ended for a different one. Perhaps it wasn't as effective, but anyway. Yes, you can make an open-ended question. You can have scaling, which I think we will preview in a bit. Ranking, which is what I did with my students in this picture. And I asked them for review, which concepts should we prioritize? And they weighed in. They ranked from first to fourth place, which math skills they wanted to look over for review. And then lastly, Q&A, which I think is the most powerful, is we practiced for a short response in a finance class, and it shows live updates of students anonymously supplying their responses. All right. And then the third thing is that it has separate from the question function, it has Kahoot style competitions. So two different types primarily, and we will preview this. The first one is, of course, multiple choice, where you select an answer. And here's an example with the geometry class that Miss Lucas allowed me to student teach. and students here, you can see that most of them got the correct answer. And then it shows the incorrect answers. And then typing the answer. Typing the answer is similar to this free response on the previous slide. And then it'll show you a leaderboard in real time, like Kahoot. So in this example, you see there's a lot of participants, and Miss Lucas was there too. So yeah. And I'll take this time to just go over the free versus paid. So once again, I'm just a messenger. I have no affiliation with Mentimeter. I just use it, in passing. I personally get away with using the free version. For my classes, it's great for just 10 to 20 minute chunks of class that you want to make more engaging with differentiated media. Unfortunately, you only get a maximum of 2 question slides and 2 Kahoot game slides. For me, it's enough because I can just focus on the key concepts. But for some of you, you might want to get more than that. And of course, the paid version will have more functionality. And as usual, with anything that's paid, you get unlimited slides, themes, question types, etc. And yeah, I'm not affiliated with them, but I am happy to introduce it to you guys. So let me go ahead and show you first. Let's see. I'll show you first. This is one I used for my students. This is what it looks like from your view. So you can add a slide, and then you have all your options on the right. And I showed screenshots in the PowerPoint, which will be available to you after this PD. So you can start with the question types if you want. You can start with content. Let's make a bullet slide. All right. And then you can type in anything. Test title. You'll see it live update. You'll see me make a mistake twice in a row. And then you can just fill it in. Point 1, etc. And then you can also add images to each slide. And then in terms of themes, you have a lot of functions, by the way, which I haven't explored fully. Let's see, themes. You have different themes you can choose from, just like PowerPoint. Some of them are paid. Okay, so here's an example. Again, this is a ranking example where my students ranked the topics they wanted to focus on. And then as you see here, it'll show how many responses you get. So 11 students submitted responses for this. And then here's another thing. So if you're teaching multiple classes in a day and you want to go from class to class, don't forget to reset the results. All right. So you can reset the results. You can choose to do it for this slide, or you can do it for all slides. It'll give you a clean slate for your next upcoming class, which I'll do. And then you can edit other things like how much time you want to give them to answer, if you want to add music, and if you want to add another image. So that's a quick preview. Why don't we go ahead and take a closer look together. So I'm going to present. Once again, we started at the beginning with this page. So if you haven't already, please join us at menti.com and type in the code 2397010. So this is an example of the word web function. Yeah, unfortunately, 25 characters is sort of limited, but there are creative ways you can manage with this. You can also toggle the image. It says press S to hide the image to show it. So if you don't want to show your answers right away and keep the students sort of waiting, you can. I'm going to go ahead and move forward. You can join at any time, by the way. Here's a title page. Welcome to the demo. Okay, here's another function, the scaling. Okay, so this is just for fun. I I want you guys to answer, how excited are you for these upcoming days? And there are different scales, like from 1 to 10. Go ahead and on your page, provide your opinion. They're anonymous. All right. So you see live updates showing up, right? So you see a lot of people are excited for Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever holiday you celebrate. New Year's, no one's excited for tax filing day or Monday. So yeah, and then you see here we have 13 people reporting and it keeps on updating. So students, they'll see it's dynamic, so it catches their eyes. All right. Okay, and then I'm going to move on ahead just for the sake of time. Now, this is what the quiz function looks. So you can tell your students, hey guys, let's get ready for a Kahoot game or something like that. And as they join, you see their avatars, which they might choose, update live. And then so here I'm using the free version, so I only have 2 questions, but let's just go ahead and see what it looks like. And as you can see, somebody else just joined us recently. So you can press enter, you can use your mouse. There's a lot of different ways to use this. I'm gonna use my mouse. All right, which American state grows coffee? So go ahead and provide your answers. All right, time's up. All right, great job. So yeah, Hawaii is the right answer. Of these states, Hawaii is the right answer. You'll see that. And then next, you'll see an update of the leaderboard. All right, congratulations, Chrissy, you're in first place. If you're not on the board yet, you might get on the board in the next one. So here's an example of a free response question. So this one, please type your response. What is race car backwards? Type your response. Yeah, perhaps this one, there's too much time, but yeah. And now we should see all of the different responses. So very good. The correct answer is race car. So yeah, sometimes, you never know if it's a game situation. There's the element of pressure. So if you want to take a look at how your students answer based on that. And then finally, they'll show the final results. All right, wow. All right, and congratulations to Chrissy Pop, first place. Excellent job. Okay, and here's another, this is just a just for fun page I just threw in there. You can put quotes. So if you want to talk about enduring standards or, enduring questions, you can put a quote there for whatever you need to do. And then this is a Q&A page. This is a Q&A page. Originally, we had planned for a brainstorm session if we have time for that. But yeah, if you guys have any questions right now, I'm happy to take them, whether through chat or through your microphone.
This is awesome. Thank you
Yes,
so
you can-
much. Go ahead, Mr. Balio. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just saw a question that says, can you adjust the time limit for questions? Yes, you can, in the free version too. Can we use this page as for students to ask questions anonymously? Yes, you can. for example, this page that's on the screen right now, if you guys want, you can go ahead and send a question, see if it updates. How often do you use Menti for daily lessons? I use it pretty often because students like the idea of joining in for some reason on a different device. And what is the Kahoot style competitions? Like I said, oh, there you go. It updates right here. Like I said, you can, like Kahoot, it's multiple choice with Kahoot, right? So on Menti, you also have the option to host multiple choice quiz games. Of course, of course. All right. Can you leave Menti open for a long time? Yes. So for me, it saves your presentations. So let me show this. You can actually have a library of presentations. So for me, I use the free version. Here, I have the Proximity PD. I have a bunch of math and finance presentations here. You can make a folder, you can organize them, and this is all in the free version. And then what are the winning lottery numbers? I wish I knew. I wish I knew, but best of luck to you. All right, Ms. Lucas, I think I'll hand it back to you.
All right, everyone. And what Ms. Fisher just placed in chat is a link, a Google link for you. If you have any questions for either one of us, for Charles, Angelica, myself, you could click on that link. And also, like sometimes at a PD, like you might be teaching tomorrow and you think, oh man, maybe I should use Mentimeter. Oh man, I wish I do problematic. And you think of something later, you could come back to that link and type in your questions. And so this recording will be available tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening, depending what the time zone you're in. But will be available, and also our post-survey assessment questions. So you get a certificate that you're present here for the workshop. So definitely, it's only 4 questions and stuff that you have seen throughout the session. So it's great feedback. Miss Angelica Davis, did you have any remarks, closing remarks?
Well, just, you pretty much covered everything, but if anyone has any specific questions about problematic, my email is adavis@proxlearn.com. And again, you will get the steps on how to export a quiz after the session.
Thank you so much. Hey, now you know what, Charles Ibalio? Okay, let's show him some love. Today is officially his last day of student teaching. Woo!
Yay, Charles.
Thank you.
Yay. Congratulations.
So a
Thank you.
great way
Wow.
to end his mentorship with us. And so we're just thankful, Charles, for all that the great work you have done for the students at Kendrick High School and with Proximity. Kudos to you. So we're hoping that, you're such a gem that you maybe stay around, but you do what's best for you and your family. And so any closing remarks, Charles?
Much appreciated, guys. And yeah, I'm getting lots of questions right now that I'm answering for the application. I'll be happy to continue answering them in the form. But thank you, guys. Thank you.
Awesome. Go ahead, Miss Lucas.
And great support, and shout out to Miss Fisher for helping us and setting all this up. We appreciate you, and the other VPs, Shauna, Maria, Irene, who's like the submaster, been keeping everyone intact.
Yes, she is.
Among her many talents.
Yes, for sure. Well, I didn't do much at all, Miss Lucas. This was your idea. This was from you and Miss Davis and Mr. Bio. And we had one more contributor, right? Your colleague.
Yes. Oh, okay. Keep Reed Wellman. He wished he could be here, but his work schedule, and just recently he just lost his mom.
Oh, no.
So
Oh.
yeah, he had to take a break from doing his observations, but
Well, I just wanted to thank y'all for putting this together. It's the perfect way to head into the holidays, and I appreciate all the work. I want to thank
Definitely.
Brittany, as always, for being our interpreter. And I think that's it. We've got some information headed y'all's way about our kind of end of the semester winter holiday party. So you'll be getting more details about that, more opportunities to get together and have some fun. Maria, do you have anything to add?
No, I just couldn't see Charles. Like, oh, there you are. Sorry.
Hey,
He's
I
there.
couldn't find you. Congratulations, Charles. That's awesome.
Yes, that's
Good
amazing.
thank you so
job.
much.
Good job. Thank you, guys.
What a wonderful opportunity. Thank you to Miss Lucas for including you in this.
He's our shining star this year. We're just
Absolutely.
one
All
of
right.
the.
We hope you all have a wonderful evening. I will try to have that post assessment up tonight. I know you guys want to do it before you forget everything. I just took the quiz and made 100. If I can do it, you can do it. All right. And I'll have that recording up for you guys at least by tomorrow by 5. All right. Well, thank you all so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week and a great weekend.
Bye.
Happy
Bye, y'all.
holidays.
Bye, y'all.
Happy holidays.